Bienvenue tout le monde à la réunion plénière de la ville de Bathurst, le 3 mai 2021. Welcome everyone to the Committee of the Whole meeting for the City of Bathurst on this 3rd of May 2021.
Madame Saint-Laurent, do we have any declaration of conflict of interest?
No.
Thank you. This year, the National Volunteer Week ran from April 18th to 24th. This is a time to celebrate and recognize those volunteers that create awareness of the important work that our citizens do. Under normal circumstances, the city would have typically hosted a community-based event for this award presentation. The city would like to recognize three individuals for volunteer recognition. This year's recipients are Roland and Raymond Tremblay and Larry Krause. Mr. and Mrs. Tremblay have worked in the Victoria Park garden beds for many years. They have maintained a large flower bed, keeping it weeded and clean during the summer. They have also helped with fundraisers and park upkeep. As well, Mr. Krause has been working voluntarily in the park since he moved into the neighborhood. He can often be seen in the park with a rake or a shovel in his hand, always ready to help people take care of their garden plot and to pick up debris and making sure that park looks beautiful. Ce groupe de bénévoles se consacre à la préservation de l'espace vert au bien-être de la communauté. Ils méritent d'être admirés pour avoir pris l'initiative d'aménager un parc dans leur quartier. These individuals are volunteers that have been dedicated to having green space and the well-being of the community. They are to be admired for coming forward with the initiative to fix up the park in their neighborhood. I would invite Mr. Tremblay and Mr. Krause to please come forward and receive your certificate on behalf of the City of Bathurst. Merci. Thank you. Once again, thank you very much. The next item on the agenda is a presentation by Councillor Dagg on the election signs. Councillor Dagg, please.
Thank you. I'll stay here. I can stay here to...
Absolutely.
Yeah. So really, it's pretty simple. I was wondering if we couldn't change the way we advertise as candidates for elections. I think in 2021, with the the environment and the overconsumption, I think if we reduce the number of signs in the city, it would be first like more pleasing. I think it's sometimes an eyesore, all those signs, and it's I find it's not very inclusive for the candidates who might want to present but don't have much money to spend on advertise. So when all the others put $1,000 worth of sign to advertise their candidacy, they kind of feel they're, if they want to be up to the others to do the same. On the other hand, there's a lot of people I've seen on Facebook commenting that They don't know the candidates very well. We don't have a really nice system in which people really has a good idea of what idea everybody has, and So I'm thinking people can put up signs in their own front lawn, but I think as a city we should limit the posting on the city properties, and have a lot less signs on the road. For me, it's almost even a hazard for people driving. I mean, there's so many signs everywhere. And I know for a fact that when I tried to put some signs for cycling trails and stuff, I was always told that you can't put signs, where we want, because it's a distracting. C'est un distractant pour les voitures. Fait que moi, je suggérais qu'on arrête, qu'on donne plus la permission de mettre des signes, mais qu'on désigne quelques endroits stratégiques, comme au Casey Irving, par exemple, ou au City Hall, ce que c'est que les candidats pourraient mettre une photo d'eux autres mêmes, avec peut-être une petite description de ce qu'est l'idéologie, ce que c'est qu'il y apporterait si qui était élu au Conseil, que les gens pourraient consulter, puis ça serait, je pense, meilleur, plus informatif. Ce serait moins eyesore, toutes ces pancartes-là sur la ville, moins de pollution, moins de surconsommation. Je peux vous dire que en tout cas, je pense en tout cas que les compagnies d'enseignes, ils ont déjà de la business pas mal. Moi, à chaque fois que je vais les voir à ce temps-ci de l'année, ils ont même l'air débordés avec ça. Là. Je pense pas que c'est ça qui va tuer les business de scène. So, moi, c'est de quoi que j'aurais aimé d'apporter comme proposition. Si ce n'est pas voté par nous autres, que ça soit voté par le prochain Conseil. Je pense que c'est mieux de le faire bien avant la prochaine élection. Je pense que ça serait un bias, un biais que nous autres, on voterait pour une élection qui arrive dans quelques mois. Mais si on le fait d'avance pour dans 4 ans, je pense qu'il y a des choses qu'il faut comme juste repenser et reconsidérer. Les temps changent, les conditions changent, puis je pense que en 2021, on n'a pas besoin de toutes ces pancartes-là en ville partout. Là. Il y a d'autres moyens puis des meilleurs moyens d'advertiser, parce que le monde a une meilleure idée qui est qui, puis pourquoi est-ce qu'il voterait pour telle personne. Là.
Parfait. Anyone have anything you'd like to add? Councillor Lanting.
Merci, conseiller Day. Si je comprends bien, est-ce que ce serait aussi pour les élections provinciales, fédérales, dans toutes les...
Je pense pas qu'on peut contrôler les provinciales, quoique, je veux dire, c'est le terrain de la ville.
C'est ça.
Moi, je vois pas à quel point que c'est juste une dépense d'argent inutile pour les candidats, c'est un eyesore pour tout le monde. Il y a d'autres façons d'advertiser qui est qui, puis qu'est-ce que c'est qui est. Ça pourrait, j'avais pas pensé à ça de l'étendre même aux élections provinciales, mais ouais.
Ça juste pour être juste, là, tu sais, que je me disais peut-être que ça aurait soulevé des questions, là. Ça aurait été au fédéral.
Puis pour ajouter même le site de la ville, on pourrait avoir une petite section, les candidats, avec une petite description qu'on pourrait ajouter, que les gens pourraient aller consulter, là. D'autres choses qu'on pourrait faire pour compenser le manque de pancartes, si on veut. Là.
Councillor Anderson.
Thank you, Your Worship. I don't really disagree with what you're saying. Like, I find, like, I don't know how, I get what you're proposing. It's just, it's to get the message out to people, because a lot of people aren't on Facebook. A lot of people don't do anything social media. So it's to get the message out. But I agree with what you're saying about the signage. Some people can't afford it. There's a $200 fee that you have to pay in advance, but that's kind of like a reassurance. You get, I think, $150 back in Wanda, just to ensure you pick up your signs. But I mean, I just look at myself, and really everybody here that's reoffering. You know how many trips I've had to make around town to see if I have signs blowing in the road? Do you know what I mean?
That's the other thing. It's unnecessary work for those who are putting the
So,
signs also.
Yeah, I really don't disagree with what you're saying. It's just to come up with another solution to get the word out. Yeah, I mean, they see our face on a sign. What does it mean? I don't know. Maybe they face recognition, whatever. But yeah, I'm not opposed to what you're saying for sure.
So the other solution, like I said, is designate Casey Irving, City Hall, and the website to post the information that people can go to.
Great. Thank you very much, Councillor Dagg. There's certainly a food for thought, a lot of great ideas there, and there's certainly a message. It's not something that this council will put forward, given the timelines, but certainly something that we will ensure that goes forward to the next municipal council.
And if I have to, I can come back to represent the idea if need to, but I just like to be sure that
Yes,
it's put back. Yeah.
duly noted. Thank you very much. The next item we have on our agenda is the no mow May, and what that means is that not mowing our lawns or portions of certain grasses during the month of May. And as well, this is another little presentation by Councillor Dagg.
Merci encore, Monsieur le maire. Ça fait que c'est ça, juste pour peut-être un petit peu d'historique pour rendre les choses intéressantes. Savez-vous d'où ça vient? Where does it come from, a perfectly manicured lawn? Who had the idea first? Anybody know? Just to make it interesting there. Have you ever wondered why? So in Europe, when they started having the big castle, they cut the wood so they would see the enemies coming, and they had the first lawns, if you want, there to be able to see the enemies. And lawns were quickly associated with haute stature, like prestige and rich. And before my time, an American thought he'd bring that into the American dream. Everybody had a little house and a perfectly manicured lawn, and he sold the idea and probably a lot of goods to make that happen too there. Pesticide, poison, and grass seeds and stuff. That idea is carried, pretty much through all North America for quite a few years. But in 2021, again, times change, and it's an ideology that doesn't make a lot of sense anymore. Just remind that we're in the 6th mass extinction. We're losing species more than 1,000 times the rate of what we should due to human interventions. A lot of cities in Canada and US are doing an initiative. They're recommending people to not mow their lawn as often, and especially in the first month for us it would be May there, to let the bees, the pollinators, gather enough food in the first part of the spring and summer. So a lot of cities down south, Dieppe, I've seen a few Saint-Isidore municipalities that are decided that the municipalities itself, the parks and the grounds around the municipal buildings, they would follow that recommendation. So what I'm bringing here is it's not something big. It's just a little intervention. I mean, and I think big changes start with small gestures, small things there. I'd like to, and we can all use our common sense. I mean, if ever, in 2 weeks' time the grass is that long, I mean, there's place for common sense. But if we could let at least part of the parks, maybe the periphery where there's less traffic, let the grass grow a little longer, dandelions and stuff like that, just to put out the message out there. Maybe at the same time, Mr. Fulham could do a post saying, look, you'll notice that our grass in the parks are a little longer. That's to help the pollinisateurs, and maybe encourage people to do the same. At the same time, maybe to do a message that people might want to reconsider how they take care of their lawns. Again, the idea of a perfectly manicured lawn is maybe a bit outdated. Just a personal experience, when we moved and bought the house 18 years ago, previous owner had put pesticides and all to have the perfect lawn. We said, forget that, we're just going to leave it natural. Well, 2 years after, it was almost dirt there. That's what happens with a monoculture. You become dependent. the little jumping insect came in our neighborhood and ate the whole thing. We just let it regrow naturally. Right now it's everything but lawn. Last summer I counted about 15 different flowering species on my lawn there. So it's just an idea that, and I find it's more interesting actually. It's still green, but there's just more species, and perfect lawn is actually an ecological dead zone. It's really a disaster for ecology. So again, maybe put the message out there that we might not need. And again, I don't think it will kill the companies, because in my experience, they're overloaded. You ask them for stuff and they're too busy, and so I think that won't kill any local businesses. That people let some dandelions grow on their lawn. And who decided anyway that the dandelion isn't pretty there?
Well, I can tell you they're alive and well on my lawn.
So just pitching the idea for if you'd be in agreement that the park, and it'll save some time. Maybe they could repaint benches and do other stuff that could beautify the city in other ways there. So just pitching the idea that we could maybe let the grass grow a bit longer this year.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abernathy, and we had a discussion on that. You came up with a little plan. I asked you to.
Yes, thank you, Your Worship. So I did have the discussion with our parks foreman, and he has multiple areas where he feels it'd be very easy to go forth with that initiative. He's weary of the Coronation Park area where if things get really out of control, then you're going to have clumps and all like you talked about. So he is going to look at letting that grow a little bit longer but keeping it under control. But multiple areas were identified, even in our water reservoir area, Daly Point, the ski chalet area, all the trails, decommissioned parks, all those can really just kind of we can probably do the full initiative for all of May in those areas, and then we'll catch up, through the year kind of thing. So I think it's a great idea, and we'll be looking to move ahead with it for sure.
Thank you very much for that, Mr. Dale, as well, Mr. Abernathy. Thank you both. I think it's a great initiative and certainly going to help the pollinators, the bees, and so on. Next is a proclamation that I have for Mental Health Week. And whereas mental health is an essential part of everyone's health and well-being, and whereas Mental Health Week has been hosted by the Canadian Mental Health Association in communities across Canada for 70 years, attendu que toutes les personnes au Canada doivent promouvoir, protéger et entretenir leur santé mentale, attendu que la promotion des liens sociaux est un aspect important de la vie humaine et un moyen efficace de protéger la santé mentale. Whereas in these days of COVID-19 pandemic, our community members may be experiencing further difficulties maintaining their mental health, and whereas in these days of social distancing, we are as a community, we are experiencing great challenges in maintaining our social connection. Attendu que la municipalité de la ville de Bathurst a la responsabilité de promouvoir le bien-être mental, particulièrement en cette période de distanciation et d'isolement social accru. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, League Stever of the City of Bathurst, proclaim the week of May 3rd to the 9th, 2021 as Mental Health Week. As well, coming up is National Police Week, and I would like to make a proclamation for National Police Week as well. Whereas the Bathurst City Council would like to recognize National Police Week being May 9th to 15th, 2021, and the week in which we honor the service and sacrifice of those law enforcement officers that risked their lives to protect our community and safeguard our democracy. Attendu qu'il y a environ 69 000 agents de police qui servent dans les communautés partout au Canada, y compris les membres dévoués à la force policière de Bathurst, qui jouent un rôle essentiel dans la protection des droits et libertés des citoyens de Bathurst. Whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand the responsibilities, duties, hazards, and sacrifices of the law enforcement officers. Attendu que les membres de la force policière de Bathurst servent la population en protégeant la vie et les biens et les protégeant contre la violence et les désordres et en fournissant un service public vital. Now therefore, I, Lee Stever, Deputy Mayor of the City of Bathurst, do hereby recognize the week of May 9th, 2021 as National Police Week. In Bathurst, New Brunswick, and publicly salute the service of law enforcement officers in our community and in the communities across the nation. I urge all citizens to recognize these officers' faithful and loyal devotion to their responsibilities. So that is it for our Committee of the Whole meeting. Thank you, everyone. We will resume our next meeting in approximately 10 minutes, which will be a special public meeting. Thank you very much. Bienvenue tout le monde à la séance extraordinaire publique ce 3 mai 2021. Welcome everyone to the special public meeting this 3rd of May 2021. Madame Serrano, est-ce qu'il y a des conflits d'intérêts? Merci, thank you. The first under municipal bylaws is 1835 Brito Avenue. That'll be the third reading, municipal plan. Conseil Lantin.
Merci, Monsieur le maire. Je propose que l'arrêté 2021-07M intitulé « Un arrêté visant à modifier l'arrêté 2006-01 intitulé « Arrêté portant adoption au plan municipal de la City of Bathurst » soit passé en troisième lecture en entier. Donc, en vertu des dispositions de l'article 117 de la loi sur l'urbanisme, le Conseil de ville de Bathurst promulgue ce qui suit. L'arrêté du plan municipal de la City of Bathurst, arrêté 2006-01, fait et adopté le 20 mars 2006, déposé au bureau d'enregistrement du comté de Gloucester le 21 juillet 2010 et portant le numéro 29002053 est modifié ainsi. L'annexe A de la ville de Bathurst, intitulée « Plan d'occupation future des sols », est modifiée comme illustré sur le plan daté du 20 février 2021 qui figure à l'annexe A101. La classification des sols est modifiée pour la propriété située au 1835 avenue Brideau et portant le NID 20406708 de loisirs parc communautaire à résidentiel.
Merci, conseiller Landin. Est-ce que j'ai quelqu'un pour appuyer? Conseiller Andoz, êtes-vous prêt pour la question? Tous ceux en faveur, dites oui.
Oui.
Ceux contre, motion adoptée. Next is the third reading rezoning for 1835 Brito Avenue. Councillor Chamberlain, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that bylaw 2021-07Z entitled the bylaw to amend bylaw 2008-01 entitled the City of Bathurst zoning bylaw be read for the third time in its entirety. A bylaw to amend the bylaw number 2008-01 entitled the City of Bathurst zoning bylaw. That Council of the City of Bathurst, under the authority vested in it by Section 117 of the Community Planning Act, hereby enacts as follows. 1. The City of Bathurst zoning bylaw, bylaw 2001-08-01, done and passed on May 5, 2008, duly registered in Gloucester County on May 20, 2008, and identified by the number 255-68792, shall be modified as follows. 2. Schedule B, entitled The City of Bathurst Zoning Map, is modified as shown on the plan dated February 20th, 2021, and presented in Schedule A101. 3. The land use designation is modified for the property located at 1835 Brito Avenue, having the PID number 20406-708, from Park Sportsfield Pay Key Zone to residential single and 2-unit family dwelling R2, enacted on May 3rd, 2021, in witness thereof, the City of Bathurst affixed its corporal seal to this bylaw.
Thanks. Councillor Chamberlain, do I have a seconder? Councillor Willett, are you ready for the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Next under the municipal plan, 920 Monarch Avenue. Councillor Hondas, please.
Thank you, Worship. I move that bylaw 2021-08M entitled a bylaw to amend bylaw number 2006-01 entitled the City of Bathurst Municipal Plan bylaw be read for the third time. A bylaw to amend bylaw number 2006-01 entitled the City of Bathurst Municipal Plan bylaw. The City of Bathurst The Council for the City of Bathurst, under its authority vested in it by Section 117 of the Community Planning Act, hereby enacts as follows. 1. The City of Bathurst Municipal Plan Bylaw, Bylaw 2006-01, done and passed on March 20th, 2006, duly registered in Gloucester County on July 21st, 2010, and identified by number 290-02053, is modified as follows. 2. The City of Bathurst Schedule A, entitled Generalized Future Land Use Plan, is modified as shown on the plan dated February 20, 2021, and presented in Schedule A-101. 3. The land use designation is modified for property located at 920 Monarch Avenue, having PID number 206-63779, from recreational land, community parks to residential. Enacted on May 3rd, 2021, and witness whereof the City of Bathurst affixes its corporate seal to this bylaw.
Thank you, Councillor Hondas. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Anderson, thank you. Are you ready for the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Next, the zoning for 920 Monarch Avenue. Councillor Anderson, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. I move that bylaw 2021-08Z, entitled A Bylaw to Amend Bylaw 2008-01, entitled The City of Bathurst Zoning Bylaw, be read for the third time in its entirety. The Council of the City of Bathurst, under the authority vested in it by Section 117 of the Community Planning Act, hereby enacts as follows. 1. The City of Bathurst Zoning Bylaw, Bylaw 2008-01, done and passed on May 5th, 2008, duly registered in Gloucester County on May 20th, 2008, and identified by the number 2556-8792, shall be modified as follows. B. Schedule B, entitled The City of Bathurst Zoning Map, is modified as shown on the plan dated February 20th, 2021, and presented in Schedule A-101. 3. The land use designation is modified for the property located at 920 Monarch Avenue, having the PID number 206-63779, from Park Sports Field PK Zone to residential single two-family dwelling R2, enacted on May 3rd, 2021, and witness whereof the City of Bathurst affixes its corporate seal to this bylaw.
Thank you, Councillor Anderson. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Dagg, thank you. Are you ready for the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Next, 2105 Brito Avenue. Councillor Dagg, please.
Merci, Monsieur le Maire. Je propose l'arrêté 2021-09M intitulé Un arrêté visant à modifier l'arrêté 2006-01 intitulé Arrêté portant adoption du plan municipal de la ville de Bathurst soit passé en troisième lecture. En vertu des dispositions de l'article 117 de la loi sur l'urbanisme, le Conseil de ville de Bathurst promulgue ce qui suit. L'arrêté du plan municipal de la ville de Bathurst, arrêté 2006-01, fait et adopté le 20 mars 2006, déposé au bureau d'enregistrement du comté de Gloucester le 21 juillet 2010 et portant le numéro 29002053, est modifié ainsi. L'annexe A de la ville de Bathurst, intitulée Plan d'occupation future des sols, est modifiée comme illustré sur le plan daté du 20 février 2021 qui figure à l'annexe A101. La classification des sols est modifiée pour la propriété située au 2105 avenue Brideau et portant le numéro NID 204-31516 de loisirs parc communautaire à résidentiel. Édicté le 3 mai 2021, en foi de quoi la ville de Bathurst a apposé son sceau municipal sur le présent arrêté.
Merci, conseiller Dagg. Est-ce que j'ai quelqu'un pour appuyer? Conseiller Hondas, merci. Vous pouvez pour la question. Tous ceux en faveur, dites oui.
Oui.
Ceux contre, motion adoptée. Third reading, 2105 Brito Avenue for zoning. Councillor Willett, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. I move that bylaw 2021-09Z, entitled A Bylaw to Amend Bylaw 2008-01, entitled The City of Bathurst Zoning Bylaw, be read for the third time. A bylaw to amend bylaw number 2008-01, entitled The City of Bathurst Zoning Bylaw. The Council of the City of Bathurst, under the authority vested in it by Section 117 of the Community Planning Act, hereby enacts as the follows. The City of Bathurst zoning bylaw 2008-01, done and passed on May 5th, 2008, duly registered in Gloucester County on May 20th, 2008, and identified by the number 255-68792, shall be modified as follows. 2. Schedule B, entitled the City of Bathurst zoning map, is modified as shown on the plan dated February 20th, 2021, as presented in Schedule A 101. 3. The land use designation is modified for the property located at 2105 Bredio Avenue, having a PDI number 20431516 from Park Sports Field PK Zone to residential single and two-family dwelling R2. Enacted on May the 3rd, 2021. In witness, therefore, the City of Bathurst affixed its corporate seal to this bylaw.
Thank you, Councillor Willett. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Chamberlain, thank you. Are you ready for the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. Prochainement, sous les résolutions provisoires, le camion pompe pour le service d'incendie. Fire pumper truck. Councillor Lantaigne, s'il vous plaît.
Je propose que la proposition P001-21 pour un camion-pompe neuf soit accordée à Mi'kmaq Fire and Safety pour 616 164 plus taxes, que le fournisseur a également offert un rabais pour réduire les coûts, que la Ville réalisera une économie de 19 943 en versant une mise de fonds de 75 %. Il est résolu que les membres du Conseil approuvent la mise de fonds au montant de 596 221 pour l'achat du camion.
Merci, conseillère Lantaigne. Est-ce que j'ai quelqu'un pour appuyer? Conseiller Daigle. Êtes-vous prêt pour la question? Tous ceux en faveur, dites oui.
Oui.
Ceux contre, motion adoptée. Chief Boucher would like to elaborate a little bit on the purchase of this new fire truck or pumper truck.
Thank you, Your Worship. This is a truck that's been long overdue. It's replacing a 1990 pump with many upgrades with the pump. It's what we call a single source pumper, which is built, the chassis is built from the ground up. It's not a custom chassis where they would buy a chassis and then add everything onto it after and retrofit parts. So the truck is built like from the ground up. The thing with this truck as well, it's got a 50-year service life. Mind you, there are certain laws that would affect that, but the longevity of the truck is certainly worth the price. It will serve the community and the city for many years to come. It is long overdue, but things happen and we get through them.
Thank you very much, Chief Boucher. We appreciate the efforts you guys put forward into getting the best pump that we can, and the longevity of it itself talks about the quality of the vehicle in itself. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next is the supply of asphalt. Provisionnement en asphalte. Conseillère Chamberlain, s'il vous plaît.
T007-21 pour l'approvisionnement en asphalte soit attribué à Saint-Isidore Asphalte pour la somme de 100 835,40 $ plus taxes.
Merci, conseillère Chamberlain. Est-ce que j'ai quelqu'un pour appuyer? Conseiller Andoz. Merci. Vous prêt pour la question? Tous ceux en faveur, dites oui.
Oui.
Ceux contre, motion adoptée. Mr. Abernathy.
Thank you, Your Worship. This is a standard tender that we put out every year for our pickup asphalt. Basically, they submit a price for type A through type E asphalt to be used for roadway patching or full roadway reconstruction. So it's from A to Z. Quantities are estimates. There's a good chance that halfway through the year we may be coming back to maybe adjust those, but for now we'll start with the quantities in the tender.
Great. Thank you very much. Next is quit claim deed for property, un acte de transport par renonciation. Conseiller Honda, s'il vous plaît.
Thank you, Worship. I move that council members approve the quitclaim deed between Donald Doucette and the City of Bathurst, and that the mayor and city clerk be authorized to sign all related documents on behalf of the city.
Thank you, Councillor Honda. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Chamberlain, thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Next is declaration of surplus land, déclaration de terrain excédentaire. Conseillère Anderson, s'il vous plaît.
Thank you, Worship. I move that whereas the Surplus Land Committee reviewed the inventory of city-owned land and identified the properties that are no longer necessary for city operations, and whereas at the in-camera session dated October 26, 2020, members of council revised the properties identified by the committee, and whereas the following properties are being declared as surplus land: 1085 Orchard Drive, PID 205247765 and 20583456. 1835 Brito Avenue, PID 204067008. 2105 Brito Avenue, PID 20431516. 920 Monarch Avenue, PID 20663779. 155 Rush Street, PID 20437893. 1254 Vino Avenue, PID 205149196. Now therefore be it resolved that members of council declare the aforementioned properties surplus land, and that such lands be disposed of pursuant to policy 1999-02, disposition of city-owned assets.
Thank you, Councillor Anderson. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Willett, thank you. Are you ready for the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Next, the municipal service agreement with Pabineau First Nations, entente de service municipal. Conseiller Daigle, s'il vous plaît.
Merci, Monsieur le maire. Je propose que les membres du Conseil approuvent l'entente de service municipal entre la Ville de Bathurst et le Conseil de la Première Nation Pabineau, comme discuté à huis clos le 26 avril 2021, en vertu de l'article 68 de la Loi sur la gouvernance locale, et que le maire et le greffier municipal soient autorisés à signer tous les documents connexes au nom de la Ville.
Merci, conseiller Daigle. Est-ce que j'ai quelqu'un pour appuyer? Conseiller Willett, merci. Êtes-vous prêt pour la question? Tous ceux en faveur, dites oui. Ceux contre, motion adoptée. Prochaine fois de convention d'achat et de vente. Schiller Cryogenic Cleaning Incorporated. Mr. Willett.
The council members approve the purchase and sale agreement between Schiller Cryogenics Cleaning Incorporated and the City of Bathurst as discussed in camera on April 26, 2021, pursuant to Section 68 of the Local Governments Act, and that the mayor and city clerk be authorized to sign all related documents on behalf of the city.
Thank you, Councillor Willett. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Lantang, thank you. Are you ready for the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. I just want to point out, first of all, this is the last official meeting of this present-day City Council. And for the last 5 years, I've worked with these individuals, and I have to tell you that I was very, very happy and with the amount of things that we were able to get done. Premièrement, je veux remercier le public de nous avoir donné leurs appuis durant les derniers 5 ans. I believe that Bathurst is in a much better condition, much better shape over these past 5 years with $900,000 in reserve, over $5 million reduced in the deficit, and that's just the financial. But as a community, I think we're better than where we were. And I just want to thank, on behalf of the council, the citizens of Bathurst for their support. And I want to wish good luck to all those who have put their name forward for the next municipal election. This is not an easy job. I'm going to suggest that if those who put their name forward want to have strong shoulders and a good ear, and that's a big part of the job. So on behalf of council and myself, I'd like to thank once again the citizens of Bathurst. Merci, tout le monde de Bathurst, nous avoir appuyés durant les derniers 5 ans. And this concludes our meeting. Councillor Chamberlain, for the adjournment, please.
Je propose que la séance extraordinaire publique soit levée à 7h22.
Merci, Madame conseillère. Est-ce que j'ai quelqu'un pour appuyer? Conseillère Anderson, êtes-vous prêt pour la question? Tous ceux en faveur, dites oui.
Oui.
Ceux contre? Motion adoptée. Bonne soirée, tout le monde. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week. Be safe and be kind to each other.